Hey, all you creeps and creepites, Greg and Mortis here from Land of the Creeps Horror Movie Podcast, bringing you another review. This episode, we're going to be looking at The Cellar. The Cellar is called An Ancient Evil Has Awoken. This is from RLJE Films via Shudder. It's already available to stream. It's been out a couple months via Shudder. It's also available on Blu-ray. Nice, cool slipcover case as well as the case itself, and then the movie inside. So that's kind of that. We'll get that out of the way here. Dark and disturbing, it says. Dark and disturbing. So what is The Cellar? This is it was filmed in Ireland. It's an Irish supernatural horror film. And the basic premise is, let's just give that, Ciara Wood's daughter mysteriously vanishes in the cellar of their new house. She soon discovers there's an ancient and powerful entity controlling their home that she'll have to face or risk losing her family's soul forever. So that's your premise of the movie. The cast is Alicia Cuthbert. She plays the mother, Ciara. And Alicia, you'll know from, most horror fans will know her from the House of Wax remake. Really, I think a solid horror film. And she done such a good job in it. Well, she's older now, naturally, a few years older, and still looks damn good. You got Ian Mackin, who plays Brian Woods, the husband. You also got Abby Fitz, who plays Ellie Woods, the daughter. And then you got Dylan Brady, who plays Stephen Woods, the son. That's your main cast. You have a few other characters, but they really, honestly, it basically revolves around the family. So the basic setup, once again, is they go into this home, and there's something going on. We find that out very early in the movie, especially when they first walk in the doors. And it's a beautiful 2-story, 3-story, however big it is, huge home, man. It's gorgeous, and I love the setting of it in Ireland. It's just so beautiful. The set of this house is kind of older looking, so it has that look. But they're in there touring the house, and they get toward the cellar, and the daughter opens the door, walks into the cellar while the family's outside of it, and the door shuts. The daughter gets scared because the door won't open, and they can't open it from the outside. And basically, the daughter starts hearing these noises coming down into the cellar. It's dark, and she sounds like it's footsteps coming up at her. So the closer those footsteps get, the more panicky she gets. And there's a really cool, tense moment. I felt like it was so well done with the music, because the music is kind of gearing up as you hear the steps, each step, and it's really, really tense. I love that. And I got to give props. The music was done by Stephen McCowan. And I got to say, great job, because the whole movie has this great undertow of ambience of music. It's really good. It's sinister sounding. There's those moments, the tense moments, where it amps up a little bit. So I thought he'd done a great job. And the cinematography is really good in this movie as well. There's a lot of these dark hues going on, and a lot of it is filmed almost specifically in the home. There's some other shots outside, but I mean, it takes place a lot in the home. And then there's some maybe unearthly shots that'll come into play toward the end of the movie. It was kind of cool done too. And that was done by cinematographer Tom Comerford. So those two guys get major props from me. And I do want to say Brendan Muldowney, who directed this film, he written and directed it, done a tremendous job. I mean, it's a really decent supernatural horror film. It's got its moments. But basically, the daughter finds out, she doesn't like this home once they get her out. She's panicking. She's like, something's not right. I don't like this house. Well, the mom and dad, they have a job to go to. They go to their job, leave the daughter and son at home. And while they're at home, some things start happening again. They find this gramophone, which is basically like the old Victorian type record players, and they're playing this album that was on there. And all it is some gentleman, some man talking in like, I guess you call it like a numeric type talk, like counting 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's this thing about the counting. Every time he counts, like 1, 2, 3, 4. That you can see something overtake the kids, and it's kind of cool what they're doing there. So the daughter ends up shortly thereafter disappearing, okay? And then the premise is the mom comes home and the dad, and they try to find their daughter. They can't find her. So was she kidnapped? Did she disappear? Did somebody murder her? Did she run away? What happened? Well, Ciara is trying to figure it out, and she goes through everything she can figure out, going through research of the home, going through the police, going through every avenue she can find to try to find her daughter. And that's the whole premise of this movie. I felt like the acting is really good. I thought the acting is solid, especially with Kira, played by Alicia Cuthbert. I liked her, as well as Ian Mackin. I thought he'd done a tremendous job as the husband, even though his role kind of backs off a little bit and becomes more of Alicia, but he's still there, his presence still there. There's a twist in this movie that I think you'll kind of call pretty early in it. I don't think it shocks anybody once it happens. So I don't think that was a big surprise. I don't think that the movie has necessarily anything totally unique. I don't think it's one of those movies that's like, wow, I've never seen that before. But as a supernatural horror film, I thought they'd done enough of it to entertain me. It's definitely a movie I would rewatch again. I think it's definitely rewatchable. Not maybe every week or every month or every year, but every couple of years would definitely be something I would check out again. I'm glad I own the Blu-ray now, because I would definitely own it in the collection and watch it, periodically. I think it's definitely worth that. It is on Shudder as well. But I think that the whole premise, once this movie really starts grabbing you and you start figuring out clues as she starts revealing clues, I think it gets interesting. I think there's enough presence. You start getting a cult demonic thing going on, and then there's this creature that comes about that was pretty cool. I'll give it to them. I thought that was neat. There were some scenes that I was just wife and I, and I'm sitting there looking at her like, you're shutting a door on some kind of demonic creature. You think that's going to stop it? Like, let me lock the door. This will never hurt him, or he'll never get me. Yeah, right. But anyways, it's a decent flick. I think you should definitely check it out. I would recommend it. Once again, it was produced by RLJE Films, RLJE, and it was distributed by Shudder. So Shudder has it. You can get it via Blu-ray. Cool little Blu-ray movie here. It's got some cool bonus features, guys. Now check this out. It has interviews with the cast and crew. What I liked was the interviews with Ellie Cuthbert. I thought that was really good, and some of the others. They kind of bring to light a little bit of what's going on in the movie. There's also the VFX, the effects of the movie before and after. That was really fun. If you go to watch it, it's not a very long kind of bonus feature, but it was well worth watching. They kind of break down some of the scenes and show you, kind of like the blue screen going on, and then what it looks like after it. I like that. I thought that was unique and interesting, as well as they have the short film that this movie was actually made from, and the short film is in this one. It's called The 10 Steps. Now, The 10 Steps was done, once again, by Brendan Muldowney. And it is a short film that really, it was shot for shot pretty much in the movie, but then, of course, they have to expand it to make it into a movie. I thought the short film was really good, man. It's really tight because it's only, a short few minutes, so you got to get everything compact and hit you, gets that punch. So that was fun. I was glad that was on there. As well as the director and producer of this movie did a commentary, and that was really good. I thought they done a great job, especially the director. He brings out a lot of stuff in the movie as you're watching it that you may have had questioned or may have asked yourself, like, what are they doing? They definitely kind of explain everything real well. It's an easy listen. They got a good voice, so it's not one of those that's hard to listen to. They got a voice that'll keep you entertaining. So I definitely say check out this movie. It's called The Cellar. Once again, 2022. This one is on Shudder as we speak, so if you have Shudder, you can definitely check that out. If you don't have Shudder, I would subscribe to it. I do, and I love it. Absolutely love what they put out, especially their original content, which is really good. But they also have a lot of the older stuff, too, so that's definitely worth it. If not, you can check it out, man. You can buy this on Blu-ray. It's not too expensive. You can definitely get your hands on it. I'd recommend that. But it's called The Cellar. It's from 2022. Stars Alicia Cuthbert, Ian Mackin, as well as Abby Fitz and Dylan Brady. And once again, directed by Brendan Muldowney. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up, tell you to check it out. There again, via RLJE Films. So this is Greg Mortis. If you like what you've seen, I stumbled a little bit, but you know what? This is Greg Mortis' way. You can check us out. If you like hearing from us, definitely give us that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, I would love if you would subscribe to it. We've got a bunch of more stuff coming up. There'll be some Blu-ray reviews. There's going to be some unboxing, I'm sure, down the road. who knows, I may do a tour of some of my movies one day again. I hadn't done that in a long time. All kinds of cool stuff. So you definitely want to subscribe so you'll be up to date with what I'm doing. As well now, you can follow us at landofthecreeps.blogspot.com. That is where our podcast, Land of the Creeps, is at. You can check us there. If you listen to podcasts, you can subscribe to our podcast on any avenue. It doesn't matter where you're at. We're on it, and we would really love that as well. And if you could go over to those Apple Podcasts and give us a little review over there, we'd appreciate that as well. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, you can always email me at gregamortis666@gmail.com. That's GREGAMORTIS666@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you. If you got any movies you'd like for us to review or just anything, just let me know. You can hit me up. You can call us on our hotline if you ever want to get on part of the show, listen to the podcast. 1-804-569-5682 is our hotline for Land of the Creeps. That's kind of cool there too. So we love you. Stay tuned to what we got coming up next. Once again, The Cellar from 2022. Get your hands on it. Get that thumbs up. We love you. See you until next time. Help keep horror alive. We'll do that one movie at a time, one review at a time. Peace.